This is the first time you didn't make a fart noise immediately.
Oh, sorry.
You're lacking.
I'm lacking.
All right. I got 0.0% alcohol by volume Stella Artois going on right now because I need
Nice.
as much gut biome positivity right now as possible. So I don't.
Well, you're in your cut to 220 right now, are you not?
220 kilos, yeah.
Nice.
Wait, I don't actually know what that conversion is. That's like
484 pounds.
oh, so I'll be competing with Jesus and Devontae.
Yeah, for who can't do their own shoes up or see their dick.
Hey, if I'm not using it anyways, why do I need to see it?
Fair, fair, fair. Fair, fair, fair. Fair, fair, fair.
I've
Oh,
I've
man.
I've been abstinent almost long enough that I could be a priest at this point. It's awesome.
I feel like there's a few other things stopping you from that, but yep,
Oh
that
yeah,
part of it.
yeah. That's the only thing that people care about, though.
Your parents would be happy, though.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
You might be allowed to move upstairs.
No, no. The basement is where it's at. Cause like
Okay, okay.
I have my own space. I got my own fridge. I
Yep,
do have to
that's
renovate
great.
my whatchamacallit, my sink. And what was bad is when I went to Ohio for the table talk back in
Yep,
July. My
yep.
my Airbnb had a nicer kitchen than me, so I got really inspired, and I'm looking up how to fix my whatchamacallit, my kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how's training going?
You know what, man? It's been good. You know what? The change of direction's been really nice. Um, just like it's just it's nice. The changes are nice. I need a change.
What's
And like
changed?
I have. Well, I'm not competing in 3 weeks. That's probably the biggest change. Just like I think since September of last year at Rumble, I did September, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to do December, but Liam and my leg.
Yeah,
Or no, was my leg after? Was I okay in December when I saw you? I think the tear was after.
you didn't see me in December.
Oh,
I
right, you
was
were the right, 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 right.
I
Sorry.
was
I assume
financially
everyone.
fucked. Yeah.
I still am. And then February was Reach, or sorry, was Clash of Titans.
Clash of duct tape.
March was the Animal Cage, where I tried squatting on ground on a torn TFL and made my hamstring worse. July abs. No, June abs. July Russia. August abs.
Let's take a moment to recognize that all of this happened right after you said you were retired.
Not all of them, three of them. And honestly, man, like the retirement just came from the juice, like the squeeze isn't like the juice isn't worth the squeeze anymore,
Yeah.
right? And it's like I was hurt. I couldn't seem to get healthy, um, and like I kept underperforming. Like I don't feel like I performed well, honestly, since American Pro 2.
I feel the exact same way. I haven't hit a PR since the American Pro 2.
I've hit PRs and like I've had better meets, but like I just don't feel like I had a prep that went that well. And that was truly the last time I gave myself a real off season. I'm so glad Shane's not here, just rubbing my fucking face in this right now. Um, I sorry, this is a boys only podcast. My wife's trying to chime in. She's telling me about she said that too. Anyways, so yeah, like it's just been like getting back to the basics of training has been nice, but then just also like hearing that like there's big shit wrong with my lifts is probably the most exciting part. So anyway, so yeah, so like in the style of training, it's I'm trying to focus as much as I can on like feeling things because I'd lost that kind of like feeling with the floor since I hurt my back before the American Pro 3. Um, and it's been really hard, right? Because it's like I squatted that grand 3 times, right? Once with reverse bands, twice raw. And each time I squatted it, I'm like, this is fucking easy,
Yeah.
And then just like go from that to like failing 600-700 pound squats because my back and my hips destroyed. was really, really hard, you know, because it's like almost like golf. You get these like days where you have like a glimmer of hope that everything's going to be okay, and then the delusion just runs, you know.
Yeah, I feel
And then
that.
all of a sudden, you're passing out with like 750 pounds on your back at your dream meet, and you're like, "Fuck, this is embarrassing," you know. But just like there's a number of things that have changed lately, just in life, but like lifting wise, I think the biggest change for me, honestly, and it's like, you know, maybe they get some shit from, you know, some of the abs supporters out there, but like being in Russia around Colton would like may end up being one of like the three biggest like pillars or fundamental changes I'll have as a lifter. I didn't like contribute to his day, like I didn't help him lift any of the weight. I'm not trying to say that, but like just watching him on the Sunday after his powerlifting meet and watching him do exactly what needed to be done, how it needed to be done, and like how he handled the pressure, how he handled failing, how he handled doubt from even in his own camp about doing certain things, and then just to see him just handle business in a way that I've never seen it before was quite incredible. Yeah. And I took everything in that I could, because like realistically for me, it's like whether you like the guy or not, when are you ever going to get a chance to follow the strongest powerlifter in human history around for a day?
Oh, that's how I felt back at the Ghost Clash 1 with Dan.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so for me, it was like I like the guy, right? But I know a lot of people don't, so that's why I said whether you like him or not. But like it was one of those things where I'm like following him around, and I'm hearing him talk, and I'm hearing him manage, you know, adversity and doubt and all that stuff. And I just kind of worked his way through that and just really stay just about business all day, right? Like I think a thing that we all do, like every one of us to a different degree, right? Mine looks different than yours, is we make lifting more than it is.
Yeah.
Right? Like in the moment, like I'm clearly not thinking Christian thoughts, but I think my eyes kind of tell everybody that, right? And or people have like a bigger importance on it. And Colton's like, no, I'm just lifting weight. I really need to make sure my back's set. And if I can just get my back really set, it's going to suck for about 10 seconds, but it's okay. I just stay positioned and I'll get it.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, dude, real quick. So let me just remind you, you totaled 2,700 pounds yesterday. You just strict curled 7 kilos less than the all-time world record. You pulled 430 kilos as your opening deadlift raw. You tore your hands at 460. You did 470. Now you're going for 505. And I'm sorry, if you just set your back right, you're going to get this.
It's easier than like.
Oh, 100% it is.
We're just lifting.
And that's just it. Like, I mean, for me, it's like, it's hard because I think the fired up is a mix of like those like nerves of doing stuff in front of people, right? And also like the nerves of like, hey, I'm about to do this thing, you know, and it's kind of scary, and it kind of should be scary, you know? But then those nerves just ball up into something that it isn't.
But like, how much of that is just being so entirely certain that you're gonna get that weight no matter what day it is? Like he's probably just so certain that whatever's on the bar, he's gonna lift it, you know?
Yeah, like I don't. Sorry, your stomach's sick. I'm no sick. I don't think I've seen a video of him fail a lift before.
Failure's a learned habit.
But here's the thing though, right? Like one would say, oh well, you know, it's like when a boxer gets knocked out the first time. Like let's see how they'll react. You know what I mean? I got to see that dude, right? You gotta remember, he failed his second squat. Just like he did the Siberian Power Show last year.
Short memory.
And both times he came back and fucking knocked him out of the park.
Yeah.
Now this time was different because the Siberian Power Show, you could sit there and easily say, well, he cooled down because the monolith broke and there was half an hour break while he got a new one.
Oh, wow.
Right? Oh yeah, like 3 guys dumped the weights in the chains because I guess in Russia they don't really spot you. Huh. They just kind of like nicely guide you down to the chains.
You know, honestly, I'd probably be better off with that because the less
I squat, I'm way too bent over, dude. If I did that, I'd be dead.
Well, I don't like feeling secure. So when I walk up to the bar, I shit talk for spotters.
Look at your choice in women. That is fucking. I've never heard anything more accurate in my life.
I'm what they call a psychosexual. I only date crazy women.
You really are. You really are. I'm sure there's some psychiatrists and some neurologists somewhere that are freaking taking bets on who gets your brain. But no, man, it's just like seeing that order of operation, and like even when I went back and like, because I knew what happened in Moscow with the squat, I saw it. He just picked way too aggressively, and the bar was still live when they said squat, and then he went aggressively. So the bar is what beat him, right? Because it was a power bar.
Yeah.
And I went up and I talked to him, and he looked at me, and I wasn't even sure if he listened to what I said, because the reaction was almost like, fuck off, right? But he was like, yep, okay, got it, thank you. And literally what he was doing was just processing what I said. And then he went out and did it, and then as soon as he's on the squat, he ran over to me and thanked me and said, that was a huge help, thank you.
Damn.
He's talking about on podcast too, right? So it's not like once he gets knocked down, he's going to like spaz, you know what I mean? Like he has the wherewithal to come back. I think it's just like when you know a position's that good, like we've both had this before, right? When you just know your positioning is so good, nothing scares you. It might make you nervous, but it doesn't scare you.
Yeah, I'm still overcoming the American Pro 3 mentally.
Well, of course you are, right? But like, remember before that, right, with all your squats leading up to that, you were on a pretty good prep at that point.
Oh, absolutely. Joe was ready to put 1072 on the bar.
And I wouldn't have blamed him.
Yeah.
I would have been begging for 1078, which is basically 1,100 pounds, so just below 1,100 pounds. Anyways, that's how it works.
Yep.
Right? But like, that's the thing. Like, you were very sure of your position. And I think when you're that sure and your technique is as dialed as his is, it doesn't matter if you fail or get it, you're just going to come back and hit it again.
Yeah.
You know, like, so anyways, like, that was a big thing that changed for me. And then also just, like, undressing some of my issues. So I've been in stiff sleeves now since last August, right? Or knee wraps. And when I tore my TFL, one thing that wasn't apparent due to the knee sleeves, and I'm going to butcher how TJ Painter on Instagram explained it to me, but basically my knee sleeve was acting like a supportive ligament for my leg.
Damn.
So you would see, like, your knees are always going to come in a bit when you squat, right? But it's kind of more like a up, and then the last second is just in for your hips, right? Because your hips are going to be a little bit narrower than your squat, or your stance, right? Mine were kind of just doing it in a straight line. Rather than two pieces, they were just kind of going. So it didn't really ever look wrong, right?
Yeah.
And it was pointed out to me, and the second I took my stiff knee sleeve, well, actually, it was pointed out to me, and then when I put those wraps on in Ireland, right, when those Polish guys wrapped my knees, there was no cave at all. Like, it like, none. And no pain. So I take my stiff sleeves off when I get home, I wear the new Next Level soft sleeves, and I can't keep my knee from caving in at all. Like, there's a very little that I can do to keep my knee from caving. So it's been a lot of process of, like, working through the rehab that I didn't give myself when I tore my TFL in November, December, whatever it was. And it's also a lot of, like, just learning again. Because I've got, like, my left leg is atrophied quite a bit in comparison to my right. So, like, now when I'm squatting, I got myself set in position. I'm perfectly symmetrical over my midline, right? So I'm not saying I'm shifting over, but the whole squat, I'm only thinking about my left foot. Because my right leg's going to do its job.
Yeah.
Right?
I squat to my left side, I think.
Yeah, so for me, like, that was a big one, right? Where now it's like, okay, now I feel like for the first time since my injury, I feel like I can feel the floor again.
Yeah.
Right? And then today on deadlifts, we had that what I feel like was a really big breakthrough on my deadlifts today. I left that session very, very happy.
Nice.
So it's just been giving myself that off season, focusing on, you know, just building and why I loved this initially, which was just working out.
Yeah.
You know, and falling back in love with that process. The intentionality of what I'm doing is definitely a big change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why else would we do it?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're trying to get better, right? Like, that's why I also want to retire, because I just wasn't getting better. I'm trying, I'm taking painkillers and copious amounts of X, Y, and Z, and getting worse.
Yeah. And like,
right?
with Craig and Shane retiring and being like, oh, retired life is so good, I'm like, no, I don't want to succumb to that.
Well,
I'm
remember what I said to you when I got back from Florida this year? I was like, dude, I felt like I was fucking grade 12 at the end of the football season watching the grade 13s walk away, and I'm looking around at the team like, fuck, it's me.
yeah, killed me that I
You know
couldn't
what I
be there
mean?
for
Like,
them.
well, yeah, but nobody holds that against you. But you get what I mean, where it's like, now I'm the old guy. It wasn't like, hey, now it's just me, but like, now I'm that guy, right?
Yeah.
And then being in Russia, their stupid fucking lifting cast has everybody's birth year on it. Like, I don't know who the fuck I pissed off to do that to me, but like, that was hurtful.
You're the only
Like,
one with a birthday that starts with a 19.
Like, I'm looking at the board, I'm like, 2020, 2002? Which one of you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like the only 1990s or like early 1990s. I mean, this is crap. This is personal. That made me feel real old. And now this new gym I'm training at, like, a lot of the kids are like 19. And I'm like, this is pissing me off.
Oh yeah, yeah. I went from lifting at like multiply gyms and stuff where they would all joke.
Yeah, everybody's 36.
Yeah. Everyone's on their third divorce and alcoholic, and they're like, just wait till Patrick hits puberty. We're all gonna be fucked then. And now the gym I go to is the like the official training spot for the UMass Lowell College powerlifting team, which I didn't even fucking know that there was a college powerlifting league. I guess it just came up recently.
Yep. They have it in Canada too now.
Yeah, but now they're like, what up, Unk? And I'm like, God damn it. Where were you guys during 9/11? And they're like, what?
What? Like I was 11 minutes into my 9-period class. What do you mean?
Exactly.
Like, they don't know.
No.
They don't know. Or like when you're like referencing like changing the bunny ears on your TV.
Yeah.
Right?
Or the CRT depth. Burn in.
Yeah. Or they don't know what a ham radio is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're old now, dude. And I mean, I think that's kind of the beauty of it now.
Yeah.
Like, we now are at a spot where we know that we don't know fucking anything.
Oh yeah. We're past that.
I coach for a living. Coaching paid for this house.
Yeah.
Right? And every day I feel like I know less and less. Because I'll read an article and be like, sorry, what?
Yeah.
I got to reread this fucking article because now I'm fucking confused. Or, you know, like, or that's counterintuitive to this article over here. Because there's so much bro science out there too that's disguised. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And like, I want to get better for my clients, and I just like I'm happy to research, I'm happy to learn, I'm happy to listen to other people, I'm happy to get coached by other people and learn their systems and learn how they do it and all that stuff. But I think that's the beauty of getting older in the sport and kind of being in that kind of sweet zone where I'm at right now. Because it's like, what? Like, if I get healthy, Patrick, I probably have till what, 36, 38, I can probably ride this level out.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat there.
And then it's kind of tits down from there, so we have to go to a multiply.
Or bodybuilding.
Dude, you would not spray tan my fucking beehole. Absolutely not.
They don't look at your beehole.
Yeah, but they fucking spray tan you nude, dude. You're holding your junk and a dude's like an inch away with a spray can. No, not a fucking chance. Absolutely not.
Wait, they don't have someone to hold it for you?
Yeah, somebody else. Oh, dude, Jesus Christ, Pat. You're not signing up for a fucking show. It's dudes.
Depends on how cute she is spray tanning.
Like I said, it's going to be a dude doing it for you. Anyways, so yeah, no, it's like I got that. So it's like I can push this a little bit, you know, like now that I'm like feeling a little bit healthier and like I know the whys, like my right shoulder is just grenaded. It's terrible. So we're working on that too. Working on my back, my hip, my leg, and seeing very quick positive like improvements. You know, it gives me hope that, you know, I can actually put that 1,000-pound squat up on the board, you know? Because I always look at it, and like I'm sure you do too, where it's like my best ever squat is 1,005. My best bench is 562. My best deadlift is 865. Right? I'm pretty sure that's 2,400 dead on.
Yep.
If not more. Right?
Yep. I have a 2,400 where my deadlift didn't count twice, and I locked it out twice. Yeah. I'm like, that's embarrassing.
That's 2430, right? So it's like, if I put those numbers together, like, that jumps me huge, right? And then you look at these meets in Russia, and it's like, dude, if I did 2,300 pound total at 308, I would have won fucking 30 grand last month.
Damn.
right? And it's like, okay, so there is actual money in powerlifting now. And obviously, the more
There is
people
now.
hear about Russia, the more people hear about Russia, the more likely they are to go. But also, most of my competition then would be coming from America. That would like kind of take the mid money out because like nobody's passing Colton at this point. But also, there's a 50-50 shot somebody's family from America is in the military, so they won't go to Russia.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the only thing saving me right now. Because like in my experience, like the Russian lifters were very like strength wise impressive. Like their like mid top tier is absolutely insane. Like it is just deep. It is deep. They're that like you could fill out a 2,000 and 2,200 pound meet. I feel like every month there.
Damn.
Right. There was just dudes. I'm like, who the hell is that guy? Squatting 400 kilos in sleeves. Oof. What the like? Who's that guy pulling 900 pounds? Like that guy's benching 6 something. Like I've never heard of any of these guys, right? Because I guess it's very hard for them to leave the country.
Yeah, especially
that's something I've heard in passing. I've never really Googled it. So we just don't know who they are, right? Yeah. But that kind of like top tier of like 23 plus, I just feel like it kind of trails off at that point.
Yeah. It's like you get to...
They're definitely guys who can do it. I'm not saying they're not capable. I'm just saying the numbers in comparison to like America, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that level will be a lot lower, you know? And also like in my experience, obviously only being one meet, but having talked to other foreigners that have traveled there, their attempt selection is pretty crazy.
Yeah, don't they start like 5 pounds away from their PR and do tiny little jumps?
I don't know if there's like a science behind it where they say this is, you know, kind of percentage wise type thing. But like the amount of dudes taking less than a 10 kilo jump on a 380 kilo squat or deadlift or like a 7.5 kilo jump on like a 600 pound bench was wild. Like, dude, like when I say, so for my squat, right, I think I was in the top third of people to go out in the openers, which obviously for me is a shot in the nuts, whether I'm hurt or not. By the end of my first attempt, I was one of the last ones to squat.
Yeah.
Right? Because like literally everybody just like jumped a little bit. Yeah. Right? And then for you or I, we're like in the gym, we're loading 25 pound plates or 45 pound plates on our warm ups.
Yeah. Or even
right?
2
so
plates.
We're used to taking 50 or 90 pound jumps regularly.
Yeah.
So, like, for us, like, jumping 20 kilos isn't even a thought. Like, people, oh, you're crazy. It's like, no, I literally do it every Monday and Friday when I bench.
Yeah. It's just another round circle on the bar.
Exactly, right? We know how it feels. So I guess that's maybe that's more like a reflection of how they train. Maybe they take really, really small warm-ups. I don't know. I haven't trained with any of them or spoken to them, but it was just something very weird. Like, I remember even at the bench competition, dude, the dude benched, like, it was like 260 or 270, right? And he made 2.5 kilo jumps on his second and his third.
That's weird.
And it's like, bro, that's the same bench 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Like, so, I remember talking to Sweet Burns back in 2016 at the Arnold, and he was like, don't do any jump over 8% because 8% is where your body just goes, oh, yeah, there's a noticeable difference between the weight on the bar. But anything less than that, your body just assumes it's the same weight.
So he's saying don't do a jump more than 8% or only do jumps more than 8%?
Don't do jumps more than 8% because the rate of success drops off at that point. But like the old Westside barbell standard was 10% jumps.
Yeah, but that's equipment. That's different.
Yeah.
Right. Fuck, that's a place I wish I went and trained. Damn, I had the opportunity to and I never did.
Yeah.
Oh well. Next time there's I don't know if we'll ever have a coach like that again.
No.
Everything's kind of transitioned to the money's online. Yep. You know? So.
Yeah, I heard so many stories from Greg Penor about like the things going on at Westside, how people got to Westside and like the whole culture. It expanded way outside of just Westside Barbell. Like he got locked up in Cincinnati Penitentiary, the jail. And they were doing the lines, and they went, you know Matt Dimmel? And he was like, yeah. He was like, you'll be fine here.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, I don't even know which stories were told in the Westside vs. the World documentary. Like,
yeah.
Matt Dimmel running from the cops with a stripper in his backseat, just tires completely blown out.
Jeez. Yeah, but I mean, I think part of the thing is too is like I think, and I'm not saying anything against these guys at all, but I also think the level of like maturity within like the lifters on PEDs now is much higher because there's a lot more awareness of what this shit does to us.
Yeah.
Like I remember one of the Londonites like first arguments. I was blasting a shitload of gear, getting ready for a meet, or I was coming down. No, I was coming down from a meet, so I was like in that
Oh,
weird kind
yeah.
of yeah, that's harder than the climb. Anyways, especially because you're not looking forward to anything. At least with the climb, you're like, ah. But anyways, and I remember she basically said something to me like, she's like, hey, you don't get a license to be a dick because you're on a bunch of gear.
Yeah.
And you're like, she's like, in the same way you wouldn't like okay a drunk driver for killing someone because they were drunk, you willingly put this in your body, grow up.
Yeah.
And it's like, she's 100% right. But I think we're seeing a lot more accountability to that, right? Because like, dude, those warm-up rooms in the past, you were safe and you were fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was just fucking convicts out.
Yep.
Basically. Not that everybody was a convict. It was just like that type of like...
No, it was the mentality that got you in the gym. Because so many of them did so much lifting in prison.
Yeah, so it's like, it's fucking intense. It's scary, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that Arnold I did. Like, I wonder if I could find the results one day. But, like, the names in that warm-up room, dude, were just nuts. Like I know Louis was there because I had that embarrassing story of me freaking going under the hooks on a mono the first time I used a 3-meter pair of knee wraps for my last warm-up. But, like, the whole Lilybridge crew was there. Kendall was doing that meet. Derek Kendall was doing that meet. All the West Side. Like, it was nuts. And you're I'm like, there's like 6 flights, right? And I'm like in the first or second flight because I'm raw. And I'm just like at the, like, it's like a long cafeteria, right?
Yeah.
So on the one side of the cafeteria was all the monos and blah, blah, blah. And on the other side were like tables, like lots of tables, like 200-seater, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the cafeteria window. So I'm sitting over by the tables just watching. And I remember at one point my brother looked at me because he's not really into the sport. He's like, did that guy just bark at that guy? Right? And I'm like, I wasn't paying attention. I look over, it's like 2 dudes in each other's faces. And he's like, are they going to fight? Do we need to do something? I'm like, Nick, first and foremost, we can't do shit.
Yeah.
All right. Secondly, 3 seconds later, it's actually they're just hyping each other up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, it's that. We're like, now, like, I don't really see that anymore.
Oh, no. But, like
I'm the asshole. Like, truthfully, I'm the asshole in the warm-up room. And I don't even think I'm that bad in the warm-up room. I kind of just stay to myself and I'm psycho in my own little corner.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm as close as it gets, I think.
Yeah. People were like, wow, going full Zottl, but, like, that was average back in, 2008, 2014?
Yeah. Yeah, well, and honestly, those were, to me, like, those were not, I'm not going to say the glory years. I think we're in them right now for the sport. But, like, for me, like, when people, like, I've heard people call me a throwback before, and I'm like, that's one of the highest compliments you can give me.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be an honor to fucking go and rip with those guys.
Absolutely.
Like that's kind of like, it was, people were laughing at me when we were in Russia because we went to this, like, training hall, and it was, like, under an apartment building. Like, you had to, like, go through, like, a shed on the side of the thing and then stairs down, right? I was geeking out.
That's awesome.
I sat at that trophy case, and I'm like, what's that one? And that one? And that one? And what's that do? And what's that? Like, like who's trained here? Like this is, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's clearly a place greatness has been built.
Yeah.
Like, that generation lifter really kind of put us in a seat where it's like, hey, you can do something with it. And I genuinely feel like we've been fucking it up this whole time.
Since when?
Like, well, I just look at it and I say, like, the sport's definitely grown, right? Yeah. But I feel like we've definitely gotten away from what the sport is supposed to be about. Right? Like, what's powerlifting? It's your journey with a weight.
Yeah.
Right? It's your journey with gravity, whatever you want to call it, right? It's your personal journey. It's Pat Maguire's personal story of the barbell, right? It's a story of failure. It's a story of triumph. It's a story of injury. It's a story of heartbreak and success, right?
Yep.
And we fell in love with the pump. The first time we went to the gym, you got that first pump. That was, oh, fuck, that's everybody's first love in the gym.
Oh, yeah.
The second love is your first PR that you actually worked for.
Yeah.
Right? And that is every other love you have between them. It's a range of those two things. It's either a personal best or a really good feeling, right? You're always chasing it.
Yeah.
right? And that's what it used to be about, right? Now, unfortunately, a lot of it's just about, clicks, likes, and subscribes.
Fucking Tyson.
And building that. I mean, yeah, Tyson's definitely going to be a spearhead because he's in the shit because you don't really fuck with Jordan Wong. But it's everywhere, dude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Most top end powerlifters now are blogging every session, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Don't get me wrong, but because I'll watch, a John Hack, YouTube video, I don't have a problem with that because that's greatness. I gotta watch greatness, right? But that's now the reason everybody else is doing it, and then they're doing the same things.
Well,
right. So the focus has been lost on the two types of wins, two types of PRs. You know what I mean? And it's now social media. I got 1,000 likes on this video, or whatever it is.
It's actually a form of gambling, because one of these days, one of your lifts, one of your videos, one of the things is going to catch on. It's going to go viral. You're going to start making a whole bunch of money. You're going to have it made. You're going to be the next big thing in powerlifting and sports and everything. And it's just one more video, one more video, one more video.
Yep.
And I like.
And then somebody's going to find a tweet you made in 2003, and you're going to lose it all at night.
That's why you got to make sure they're all terrible, even now.
Yeah, I mean, you're consistent at least.
Yeah.
But no, it's we've lost that, right? And I feel like you can even start seeing it at some of the meets, right? Where, I'm not going to name any names because I think every meet director is doing something right that somebody else can look from. I also think every meet director does something terribly wrong every meet, right?
Yeah. They're trying new things.
But you look at some of these meets, and there's a couple different directions the sport is going. You have meets that are really trying to enhance, the lifter's experience.
Yep.
Right? And they don't give two shits about the audience experience. And I think that's wrong, right? Because somebody in the audience might be a training partner or a future powerlifter or a mom or a dad, right? Or a fan. Hell, those do exist somewhere.
That's why RPS has their no swearing rule, because you don't know.
Yeah.
Someone's got their kids in the crowd. They want to see dad lift something big.
Yeah, they don't need to be scared by Steve, who's going to be a garbage truck delivery driver on Monday, snapping because he failed a 600-pound deadlift.
Yeah.
So you have those ones, right? Then you have the other ones that are, make it more about the immediacy of the event, right? And I think that's the way forward, because if you're trying to make it more appealing for a live stream, or you're trying to make it just look, I don't even know what the right word is. The focus of the thing should be the lifter.
Yeah.
Right? I hate video walls with a fucking passion. I think they look like shit when you watch it live stream.
Yep.
Right? And if you're spending all this money on your live stream equipment, don't tell me you're not designing it for the live stream. Sorry. Yep. Video walls, maybe above and behind the platform so people in the back can see, sure as shit. But I shouldn't have a video wall in my face while I'm watching a meet. The shots are all out of focus at that point. The camera seems almost blurry and low quality because you can just see the video wall. But the ones that are focusing on the immediate immersiveness of being at a powerlifting meet, those are the ones that I think are figuring it out.
Which meets are those?
Right. Pardon?
Which meets are those?
Well, now you get me to name names. I really, really, really loved the Ghost Clash we all went to.
Oh, yeah.
Years ago. And that's not just a feel-good meet, because that's kind of when the boys became the boys, right? That was a meet where you had all the good of the powerlifting kind of come together. You had that close-knit, every person in the audience would talk to the person beside them. Yeah. You know what I mean? You had people genuinely hey, I remember I went 6 for 9, right? So I failed every one of my thirds because I thought I could beat Shane Hunt. That was stupid. Anyways, so I remember sitting in the back, and these 3 Marines came up to me, and they're like, "Hey, man, I just want to say it's an absolute pleasure to meet you and learn who you are. The way you lift is really inspiring, and we love it," right? Which is their way of just saying we like sadistic fucks.
Yep.
But it was like that, you know what I mean? In the warm-up room, I always tell that was supposed to be my first retirement meet, right? And Dan Bell made sure all the guys were with me.
Yeah.
And he was spotting a lot of my lifts. There's a picture of Dan spotting Shane and me in the back. You know what I mean? It was everybody together, but then you also had that, I'm putting on a show for this crowd. Yeah. And the only thing anybody bad could say about that meet was it was too hot.
I mean, they did the best they could. It was like a indoor-outdoor.
Sorry, Pat, dude, you gotta remember, I'm coming from Canada. All right, it was probably -20 when I left.
I'm
I
coming
was
from
not
New Hampshire.
hot.
We're basically at the
Yeah, but I
same.
wasn't hot. Dude, I was competing and I wasn't hot. Like, it was like, hey, it's like a hot football game. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not air conditioned. Chill the fuck out. Right? So
I
I feel
could
like
get that
meets
one.
like that. I also like, and you'll see it this year with like the abs meets in
Yeah.
Canada, or I'm sorry, in Ireland. I apologize. The abs meets in Canada are very good. I host them, not personal at all. But the abs meet in Ireland, they're first and foremost, you have a crowd of powerlifting fans, which is very hard to get.
Oh, absolutely. Because
Right?
so
Because you know,
two things with the powerlifting is when they optimize for the live stream, what is the incentive for viewers and fans to actually show up to the meet and actually spectate? Like, it's really good to have a really good like live stream, and there's no incentive for them to show up, so they just watch all the live streams at home, and the crowds are empty. You're lifting in an empty hall. But like, what abs does well is they've got that lift pass where you actually have to pay for it, and the incentive is more than just saving a couple bucks and not paying for a recurring payment on your card. But like, there needs to be more.
I will say, I know the point you're making there, but I will say, the only counter I'd say to that is the real reason why people don't go and watch abs meets and they have the live stream is because it's the first truly, aside from the IPF global federation, that's actually taking on the world.
True.
Right.
True.
So that's kind of the bigger reason for that. But what I will say is this: like, when you get to I'm pretty sure they're at the Red Cone hotel again. It's actually like a hotel club and like mass. Anyways, it's not just a hotel. When you get there and you walk in, you're going to kind of be like, I don't get it. Like, you're straight up, dude, when you see the venue, you're like, I don't get it. And that was the same as when I initially showed up to the Abs HQ. I walked in and I'm like, I flew across the world for what the fuck is this? Right? But then you see the way they do it, the way they lay out the venue, their site for the audience, their site for the lifter, and their site for how to make sure everything is about the lift. You know, when you're in that venue, you're forced to look at the platform. There's nothing distracting you. Right? The focus is very well engineered on that platform, that 8x8, platform. The other thing too they do well, and this is more motion masters, but they're all kind of together, is their cinematography inspires emotion and captures it incredibly well. If you go back and watch the Clash of Titans recap reel, you'll literally know what happened in the meet without a word being said. You won't know the numbers or how it happened, but the last two shots are me after my last deadlift that I failed, and the next shot's Carl with the belt. And it built to that moment. Right? When you watch, all their done reels convey emotion, right?
Yeah.
They make you, they almost edge you for the lift, right? Like every other every other production company is like lift, headbutt. You know what I mean? Like, that's all it is, right?
Yep.
Where like with Motion Masters, they make you wait to see the lift. Right? They show the emotion behind the lift. They show the crowd. They show the anticipation, the joyfulness or the sorrow. They show it all. So there's something more in there, right?
Yeah.
And the last thing with the ab stuff, right? Because it's not just abs that's doing a great job of this, is that, I was talking to people about it today, and I was trying to explain to them how this head-to-head clash, it's just tearing like people's opinions in the middle, right? Because for years, there was powerlifting competitions and there was money, but you weren't really competing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it wasn't a competition. Like, I was competing to see if I could lift as much as I could lift. Right?
Yeah.
Even in meets where I was trying to win money against other people, it's like, yeah, I want to fucking beat that guy, but I'm just going to lift what I can fucking lift. I'm going to kick the fucking shit out of him.
Yeah.
Right?
The only time the actual competition comes into play is like last deadlift when you're playing the numbers game.
Right? Right? But when you start putting rivalries or creating head-to-heads or, enticing people to talk shit, it's a new thing for powerlifting. And people don't really know how to deal with it, right? Some people are like, hey, man, don't talk shit to me, basically, right? and other people are like, fuck your mother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a weird thing because some people like have clearly played other competitive sports where you're jarring at somebody across the line of scrimmage or across the ring or whatever it might be, right? And then you've had the other people who haven't, and they have no idea what to do with it. So that also brings eyes, good and bad, right? So it's definitely a talking point that gets people looking at it. And it's the press conferences and that stuff. That's all cool, but what it does is it creates anticipation for the meet.
Yeah. So
right?
if you look at the pre-meet production on social media, I mean I harped on this right before the American Pro too. Is you you look at abs, and they're like pushing the lifter, this matchup, this matchup, this matchup. You look at like the American productions, and it's a month out, and they're like, oh, we should probably like hype this meet up. Here's the meet directors, here's the refs, here's the spotting crew, and it's like, well, who's competing?
I think there's definitely a place to give those people their flowers because obviously meets aren't happening with directors and spotters and loaders. But I think the way it needs to be done is a little bit different, right? Yeah. I think the way that it needs to be done is like, because I remember talking to Jay about it, and I was talking about, getting, different people in a spot and load. And he was very concerned with one group of people because they did a lot of dancing and like it really felt like it was about them. And I'm like, Jay, listen, you've never met these people.
Yeah.
It was David and his team. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, these people are hyping the lifters up. They're making it about the lifters. Like, yeah, they're partying and having a good time, but realistically, you want to see somebody having a good time spot and load, or you want to see a miserable freaking exhausted drone?
Yeah. Like I remember before my second squat at the American Pro 3, like David was just in my ear like, you better get this fucking squat, you fucking push, you better. I actually thought it was you yelling at me, and I was like, I got to do this. Justin's got an injury, and then I PR'd my nap.
Yeah, you fucking slept harder and more than anybody there that day. But beyond that, right? It's like you want to make it about the moment, and you want to definitely give those people their flowers. You just have to do it in a different way, and I honestly don't know the way to do it, right? So I'm just sitting here bitching, from my armchair. But the other thing too, right? You got to remember is that the owner of Abs, right, is big in the MMA game.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So instead of thinking about creating a powerlifting meet, he's like, I'm going to make a fight night and change the ring out for a platform.
Yeah. I love it.
Everything Abs does makes a shitload of sense.
Yeah.
Right? And it does work. It does have a place. It does work. I will admit to you, I think the face-offs are dumb. I don't want to get that close to a dude's face unless I'm planning on punching him. Which I'm not going to lie, felt really fucking bad this year at the Abs one. Because I'm in there like, I just fucking smoked a little. And we have to do this fucking face off. And I'm like, yeah, I'm having fun, total 2K, whatever, blah, 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 blah. The second I face off against my guy, I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, I'm going to eat your fucking soul. Like, I will kill you. Like, I'm right away. I'm just like, holy shit, like, where did that come from?
That's why they do it.
It's silly. I do think it's silly to do a face off with somebody you're not going to fight. But it's also kind of cool, too, though, because it kind of creates that atmosphere or whatever. And then if you have people who actually have beef, it kind of creates another talking point, as we saw with Stella and Steffi this year.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, like, I don't think you're going to get a lot of guys to do that, because I think we all realize we're all the same strand of autistic.
I tried to push it at the Abs Canada, but just Fern wasn't having it.
Yeah, no, exactly, right? So... The Abs Canada meet this year, I can't explain why quite yet because I need to give some people some time to make sure they're ready for the meet. But if the two people on the guys' side and the girls' side are going to do it, I think we might have maybe the best trash talking lead up to a meet ever.
Really?
Yeah, there's
better
one
than Zeus and Delco?
Dude, I'm not going to lie, man. I'm not even going to bite on that because this is being recorded. But... I know, let's put it this way. The one of the gentlemen, you and I know him quite well. He messaged me and said, hey, as we get closer, send my competition a message and say, talk shit to me.
Oh, damn.
To bring some eyes on. And I sent that message to the other person. And they said, oh my God, this has been literally my live stream to shit talk this person. I have endless scope to make fun of them.
it
Right?
it's even better knowing who that person is. I don't know who the second person is, but
You do. I'll tell you after.
I have an idea. But yeah.
Right? And yeah, it's the he's Canadian, and
Yep. Okay.
so and then on the girls' side, it's like I want that trash talking more from those two than if they're going to do it. You know what I mean? So there's hope for that. But beyond that, right? Like, you know, I kind of pointed out ABS as being a federation that does that quite well. I think the PLU has something, and they're doing well with it. I just think it needs to be less big.
Yeah, it's like they're pushing the
I think
they're pushing the yeah.
overdone production just to say you have an 80-foot video wall or whatever it was, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like for me, right? Like if you think like a triangle, right?
Yeah.
Right at the corner, that should be the line of sight.
Yeah.
It should be pinpointed on direct middle of platform. If you can, like at old Abs HQ, right? So you had the walls coming in like this to the platform,
Yep.
right? And you had riser seats, but then the top, and like in daylight, it looked like shit. That's what I mean. Like I walked in, I'm like, what the fuck, right? Why am I here? But they had giant sheets of blackout pipe and drape on an angle down, higher at the back of the audience, close to the top of the platform. So your literal, like your
damn.
Right? Where if you look at the last American Pro, it looked super cool, right? But due to the wide scope lens of the actual field of view, it made the lifters look small.
Yeah. And like,
right?
I feel like they're trying really hard to compete with the IPF. Because like they're getting these like stadium halls. Yeah. And the IPF is the only one who's really able to produce something on that because the IPF fans are the most prolific fans in powerlifting.
Yeah, there's other stuff too you need to remember, right? So like there is a lot more, you know, competitors on the tested side of lifting, thank God. But you also have to remember like where Sheffield is, right? So like SBD is like main like places around the corner there, right? So you're going to have an industry in a town that's, you know, has a lot of workers or people who know somebody who works there.
Yeah.
Initially have a greater concentration of those fans there. So due to that, you're able to fill those halls out more, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's put it this way, right? Like if powerlifting had like a center hub.
It right? used like, to be Ohio.
Yeah, so for instance, Ohio, you do meet in Ohio, you can fill out a stadium.
Yeah. It used to be the Arnold.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's exactly what we were talking about earlier, right? Whereas, like, when you do it in, like, Virginia, and, like, you got a really cool venue, and, yeah, you're going to have 120 people, you know, coming and lifting. So to give you some math on it, when we did the Abs Canada pre-sale tickets, so these aren't tickets purchased at the door, these are tickets pre-purchased, right? For every lifter, there was 0.8 fan that pre-purchased a ticket, okay?
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good, right? So obviously there was a lot more, but you're not going to get a walk-in at a venue in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened in the American Pro 3.
If I have to travel to go to the event, I'm pre-buying my ticket no matter what.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas, like with the Abs Canada meet, we had still a bunch of Canadians coming, so parents came and they bought tickets there. So what I'm saying is that if you have, like, let's say 150 lifters sign up for a meet, or let's make the math easy, let's say 200 lifters sign up for a meet, right?
Yeah.
And you're getting 0.8 pre-sale tickets, and it's in the middle of nowhere, so nobody's really just going to buy a ticket and not be prepared if it's not a trip, right? Like if you're traveling somewhere, you're prepping, like you're preparing, right?
Yeah.
You're only getting, you know, 160 fans of that audience, and that's you assuming they're going to show up for the entirety of both days.
Which no one will.
Exactly, right? So then the audience becomes much smaller. Like we need to find some sort of hub. I think there's a hub in Vegas. I see
absolutely.
A lot of people getting pumped out. So I think maybe that's just the more intelligent route, is to just start pushing those bigger meets to find the audiences. Because without an audience, you don't have atmosphere. If you don't have atmosphere, it doesn't matter how nice your fucking production is. Everybody's going to see through it.
And Vegas is like designed for events. Like there's probably 100 venues that would accept powerlifting.
It's realistically the cheapest place for any of us to fly to in America.
Yeah, they do that on purpose.
Yeah,
they want people in Vegas.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that would kind of be the place to push. Like, we need to build the experience, right? We said earlier, right? What does Abs do well? They build it around the lifter, and they build it around the fans, right?
Yep.
And then the live stream is just done up. Like, that's an extra thing. That's a whole extra business that comes in and does that to the nines. But it's designed for the lifters and it's designed for the fans sitting there, right? And if you do those two things in a place like Vegas, I think that's where the popularity takes off. Because I want to go to Vegas.
Yeah. Oh,
You
hell
want
yeah.
me to do a big? You want me to? What am I going to do? Am I going to go to Virginia or am I going to go to Vegas if you're inviting me for a big money meet?
Oh, Vegas. A million.
But then here's the thing, though, right? So remember that 0.8 sale ticket, right? If I'm going to Vegas, what are the likelihoods one of my family members coming with me to watch?
Probably higher because they want to be in
Right?
Vegas.
Everybody wants to go to Vegas. Hey, man, I want to go to Vegas for years. My son or my nephew is doing a meet there. I'm going.
Yeah. And then they spend the whole week there.
Exactly.
And then
right?
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, hopefully. So no, yeah, it's just we're so close, and I think it's really exciting, kind of being where we're at in our careers at this point in time, because we can enjoy it still.
Yeah.
It can be a little bit less, like, I'm still taking it seriously, right? But it's a little less life or death.
Yeah.
And more enjoyment.
Well, we both came up when, like, as we mentioned before, powerlifting was really aggressive, barking at each other, and we still have a little bit of that DNA left in us, but
yeah,
the meta of powerlifting is a little bit calmer than what we've done previously, and like the growth of lifting right now is towards that kind of Colton mentality of it's just heavy circles. We're here, we're gonna have fun, and it's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, and that's what I think we need to kind of keep pushing, because I think we see it a lot. I think it's part of the junior burnout is they just kind of like life or death everything.
Yeah.
Right? And then they realize that even when they win, it's shit.
Yep.
Because, you know what? Like, unless realistically you're Colton, right? Or you're going to win one of those Russian meets or you have a big brand deal, right? This shit isn't going to financially set you for shit.
I've made $0.
It's still work on Monday. I'm not going to say how much I made.
I got a bottle of wine once.
It's still back to work.
Yep.
And that's why the juniors realize young, those who love it and those who loved it for what they thought they would get, it's those who love it stay.
Yeah.
Right? And it's cool because we got to be the old guys who can sit here and be like, watch out. And the young guys be like, I know more than you, the exact same way we did. And then when they fall on their face, you're like, heh. That was me 10 years ago.
There's so many things that they do that just kind of piss me off. Like they'll do.
But then we look at what we did when we were that age, and we'd be like, yeah, that pissed me off too.
Yeah.
Like repeat attempting the same PR every squat day for 2 months.
Oh God, yeah.
And failing it on repeat.
Well, there's two things in particular. Like when they take a squat, they'll take the bar, put it back, and then take it and walk it out. I'm like, why are you doing this?
What?
Yeah.
Okay, what? Explain it again. So you have a bar in your hands and you do what?
So squats. You get under the bar, you pick the bar up, you put it down, back in the hooks. And then you pick it up, and then you walk it out and do your squat. I don't know why. And dude, every time I see it,
extra work.
Yeah, they don't know the issue of the time under tension yet. And then another thing that I see is on bench, they'll take the bar and their ass is off the bench, and then they'll settle it and then put their ass down.
Alen does that shit. I don't get it. I just feel like you're just like, I want to be in a position where my ass can't be off the bench.
Yeah. And it's like the moment you take the bar, it's almost like there's a timer going off of you can only hold this weight for so many seconds before your body just taps out. And it's like the longer you take to set up with the bar in your hands with the pressure going into your face, the less likely you are to actually hit anything.
Yeah. No, that's just, like, we are the old guys now.
Yeah.
And it freaking sucks. But it's the truth. Like, we need to embrace it. And I think the longer we try to lie to ourselves, the worse it's going to get, And when I finally sat there and, kind of looked at the gray hair in my beard that's coming in, that's definitely my wife's fault. I can sit there and accept it. And since I've accepted it and understood what it is and what it means, I've been feeling better. I know it's only 4 weeks, and I threw a meet in there. Whoops. You know what pissed me off about that? All my wife's friends bet that I was going to compete.
They know you.
But I wasn't going to. I would have bet against me competing, to be honest.
They know you.
Fuck, I spend too much time with those people. They're good people.
They are.
But no, I just like, anyways. But yeah, like it's been a good change. I think you've been kind of seeing that too. You know, and it's important for both of us to focus on the shit we hate and the shit we don't want to do, which is all this stupid work. Like, why am I benching with something that starts with the number 3?
Ugh. Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this, right? And even like, I'm even like, dude, I'm even fucking training arms.
I'm doing grip training. I trained my thumbs the other day.
Dude, do you have an axle barbell at your gym?
No.
If you can get your hands on one, or you know, like those like fat grip things?
Yeah.
Do double overhand barbell holds at like 225.
Damn.
Axle grip, axle's nasty. I get a lot of my, like, the people with like strongman clients with smaller hands and shit. Because like they don't really view grip yet when they're amateurs, to be honest.
No.
Like, unless it's a problem, at all, right? Because they got deadlift with straps. They got to do lots of shit with straps. So I don't know, man. I like being old. I didn't think I was going to say it. I think it's going to be better, and I think the most enjoyable part of all this is when we get out there next April and we kind of show everybody, exactly what we've been working on.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And that's going to suck to go head-to-head against a bunch of my boys because I want you all to win.
I mean, I think that's just going to push us even further.
Yeah, no, that's just it, right? Like, I want, like I've said it a million times, if I go 9 for 9 PR all my lifts and I'm dead last, I'm going to be celebrating more than the guy who won.
Part of me just wants to steal that first 1,000-pound lift on the abs platform from Fern and take it on a squat.
It would be me, not him.
No, I just open
squats before deadlift.
Yeah, I just open with 1,003 squat, like Dan. Just to say that I was the first. No,
Pat, you're gonna fly to Ireland to fucking bomb. Can you trust me, please?
I'm kidding.
Like straight up at abs, bro. You ready for the jump? You ready for the plan?
What's the plan?
880.
Fuck.
960, and then 1,000.
Damn. I'm so used to doing like 950 to 1,000.
Like, it's different there, man. Like, you.
Well, they do it so fast.
It's not the speed, bro. Like, the speed maybe beat me up the first time, right? I'm so fucking used to it now. Every meet's fast. Every fucking meet's fast, dude. Look at the American Pros, the same thing. Except for I think they gave them breaks. We didn't get breaks. But it's not the speed, dude. Just take less time on your rest sets. That's an easy thing to fix in a week, right? It's the calls, man. Like, they're done so well. It's so fucking annoying. Like, their start command on squat is perfect every time. And every time I want to argue with the judge and I watch the video, I'm like, for fuck's sakes, he was right. Like, I remember my opening squat the first time I didn't abs me. I straight up thought I missed the start call. I was sitting there, I'm like, did I miss it? Right? Because everything has to be locked out. Your hips, your knees. Like, you need to be vertical, son.
I did notice that at the Abs Canada meet.
Yeah, and that wasn't even Irish refs, dude. That was Canadian WRPF refs and Jay.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd like to point out I'm the only one of us three who hit depth on my opener squat.
Rude. Yeah, well,
I should have bombed on bench.
I should. Yeah. Anyways, so like, yeah, dude, it's gonna be a lot of fun to see us do what we're meant to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be nice, and it's gonna be nice to have you there and have Fern there. I'm very excited for it. I just hope everybody makes it to the meet. I hope a couple people in particular make it to the meet.
Yeah. Hope their forearms stay alive.
I'm gonna That's not even one of them. I just to compete with them, I'd love to, but there's other people I'm really going to enjoy kicking the shit out of. So I just hope everybody makes the meet nice and happy and healthy. I hope everybody has the meet of their lives, and they'll see the North American podium sweep coming their way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not just North American. It could be the boys.
The boys podium. Yeah, well, I think for you and I both in particular, we need to get the fuck away from them on subtotal.
The what?
Because Dave can literally pull whatever he needs to win, and so can Fernando, and Carl can too.
Yeah. I haven't PR'd. I was so ready to hit a fat deadlift in Canada.
I've been like my last 3 meets for you, man. I've just been waiting for that deadlift to show up, man.
It's there too, and
that's the thing. Like you might. I don't know what the biggest PR. There's no way to quantify elite. I'm sure there's a way to mathematically quantify elite, but I wonder what the biggest PR for an elite person has ever been.
It's gonna be my deadlift.
Literally, I was just because that's gonna be 100 and plus probably.
I mean, with how I do my attempt selection, it's not going to be 100, but I could probably open at 750, jump to 800, and then jump to 850.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. What's your old PR right now?
772.
Dude, if it's next April, and we don't count December.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that could be a 100-pound PR.
I'm so torn on December right now, because the boys in Florida versus the cheater bars in my backyard.
Yeah,
they haven't even announced the meet yet. It's just a DM that I have from the meet director that's like, yeah, we're doing this meet and here's the bars.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do Florida, you got to fucking sign up before it sells out, first and foremost. Right? If you do Florida, Shane's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Shane and I are there for sure in Florida.
Haller?
So, yeah.
Shane?
Yeah.
I didn't know Shane was going to be there. I knew it was going to be Fern.
That was how the whole conversation started. Read your DMs, dude.
I thought that was a conversation with Fern.
Well, Shane's there. He's handling his boys.
Oh shit! Now there's and we can entice Craig to come out. This will be the first time all the boys.
That's not even enticing Craig to come out. He lives an hour away, doesn't he?
Exactly. It will be the first time that all the boys are there.
He does. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That'll be the first time I outlift you in.
Good fucking luck,
I tried. What?
Good fucking luck. Dude, I'm not going to make it easy.
Dude, I talked shit to your face at Abs Canada, and I beat you.
Okay. Those were extenuating.
Dude, okay. Can you get ready for my resume for 2026?
Sure.
You ready for this? Okay. This is the nicest way to polish a turd that I've ever heard. Okay. I pulled for the win at Clash of Titans. All right. I had 1,000 pounds on my back on the animal cage. Met Arnold Schwarzenegger, humble brag. What was after that? Abs Canada. Out-squatted and out-totaled Pat Maguire head-to-head at Abs Canada. Okay?
I totaled less than I would have squatted.
Okay, and then what happened? I got second place to Colton in Russia. And then I beat Theo Maddox in a deadlift head to head. That sounds a million times better than it was.
Yes. There's so many asterisks that it might as well be a 4th of July.
Exactly, dude. But I do gotta wrap this up. I gotta be in bed. It's 10 o'clock.
All right. I will
appreciate the time. If anybody sat through all of this, welcome to the 2,300-pound Autism Boys. We had no adults with us.
We're the adults. Fuck, we're all 30.
That's kind of what we said, isn't it? We're the adults now.
Yeah. We're all at least 30. I'm the youngest one.
This is unacceptable.